Have you ever heard a love story so powerful it refused to end even with death? This is not just a tale of ghosts, but a legend of a promise etched into the afterlife. A promise made between a poor scholar and a merchant's daughter. In a small village, shrouded in the mists of time, lived a brilliant but poor scholar named Han Li. His world changed the day he met Siao Li, the beautiful daughter of the wealthiest merchant in the province. Their eyes met, and an unspoken bond was formed, a forbidden love that bloomed in secret gardens and stolen glances. They pledged their hearts to one another, vowing to be together for this life and all that would follow. One life, one death, Han Li whispered. Our souls are entwined, Siao Li promised. But their secret paradise was shattered when Siao Li's father discovered their love. Enraged that his daughter would love a beggar scholar, he devised a cruel plan. He hired thugs to ambush Han Li to ensure he would never return. Han Li, though wounded and left for dead, managed to escape under the cover of night, fleeing to a distant city. To protect Siao Li, he could not even send word. Back in the village, a terrible lie took root. Siao Li was told that her beloved Han Li was dead. Her heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. She retreated into a world of grief, her days filled with silent tears. Watching his daughter wither away, the merchant's anger melted into regret. In a desperate attempt to restore her happiness, he arranged a marriage with the son of a business associate. Siao Li protested, but the wheels of fate had been set in motion. On the morning of her wedding day, dressed in the magnificent red bridal gown that should have been for Han Li, she made a final, tragic decision. As she was led from her chamber, passing the old well in the courtyard, she slipped away from her escorts. From a small vial hidden in her sleeve, she drank a bitter poison. With a final whisper of Han Li's name, she threw herself into the dark, cold depths of the well. The wedding feast became a funeral, but Siao Li's spirit, bound by her broken vow and overwhelming sorrow, could not move on. Her ghost began to haunt the well. Villagers spoke of a spectral figure in a dripping red gown, her face obscured by long, black hair, weeping and laughing by the moonlit well. The merchant, consumed by fear and guilt, hired priests and exorcists, but none could calm her furious and sorrowful spirit. The family, terrified, eventually abandoned the mansion, leaving it to decay and the memories of their tragedy. Years passed. Han Li, driven by the memory of his love, had not perished. He studied tirelessly in the capital. His intellect and virtue earned him a high position in the imperial court. Yet, despite his success and the many suitors who sought his hand, his heart remained with Siao Li. One night, as he slept at his desk, a vivid dream came to him. Siao Li, weeping, calling his name. Han Li, where are you? He awoke with a start, his heart aching with a familiar longing. The dream returned night after night until he could bear it no longer. He gathered his guards and embarked on a journey back to his hometown. He arrived at dusk. The once proud mansion was now a skeleton of its former self, shrouded in vines and dust. An aura of deep sorrow and chilling negativity emanated from within. Driven by a desperate need to know the truth, Han Li and his men entered. The air was cold and heavy. Then, he heard it, the faint, unmistakable sound of a woman sobbing. He followed the mournful sound to the overgrown courtyard, and there, by the crumbling well, sat the ghost. A woman in a waterlogged red bridal dress, her pale hands resting on her knees, her long hair veiling her face. "Miss?" Han Li called out softly, his voice full of pity. "Who are you? Why are you here?" The sobbing stopped. The ghost's head snapped up. 2 points of crimson light burned from beneath her hair. With a shriek of betrayed fury, the fury of a love she thought had abandoned her, she launched herself at him. Her form solidified into a weapon of vengeance, her fingers elongating into razor-sharp claws that struck straight for his heart. Han Li's guards were too slow. He fell to his knees, the ghost's hand buried in his chest. But as he looked into her face, past the rage and death, he saw the woman he loved. "Siao Li," he choked out, blood trickling from his lips. "Is it really you, my Siao Li?" The name, spoken with such familiar love, broke through her rage. The ghost froze, the red light in her eyes dimming. She leaned closer, and for the first time, saw the man she had attacked. It was Han Li, her Han Li, alive. Her terrifying visage melted away, revealing the beautiful, sorrowful face of the bride he remembered. She cradled him as he collapsed. "My love, I have missed you so much," Han Li whispered, smiling through the pain, and with those words, his life faded away in her arms. Siao Li's grief was now absolute. She had killed the very man she had waited for. Her sorrow erupted into a storm of supernatural violence, and she turned her wrath upon the guards, leaving only one survivor to tell the tale. Days later, an old Taoist priest, sensing a powerful disturbance of yin and yang, came upon the desolate mansion. He saw a cloud of black hatred, but within it, a soft, golden light, the enduring love of Han Li's spirit. That night, the priest entered. He found the 2 ghosts by the well, Han Li's spirit now sitting peacefully beside his beloved. The priest raised his talismans, ready to exorcise the violent spirit of the Crimson Bride. But Han Li's ghost stood, shielding Siao Li. "Wait, venerable master. Allow me to speak to her one last time." He turned to Siao Li, his voice as gentle as it had been in life. "My love, it is time to let go of your anger and sorrow. I am here now. I never left you. I will never leave you again. Let us leave this place of suffering together." As they embraced, the dark aura shattered. A brilliant golden light descended from the heavens, enveloping them. Their spectral forms began to glow, becoming translucent. Hand in hand, they looked at the priest one last time, then faded into the light, finally at peace. The old Taoist priest simply nodded, a faint, knowing smile on his lips. "Love, indeed, is the most powerful magic of all," he murmured, before continuing on his journey, leaving the silent well and the quiet mansion behind. And so, the legend of the Crimson Bride and her scholar came to an end, not in tragedy, but in transcendence. A reminder that some bonds are so strong, not even death can keep them apart.